pose. Sit cross-legged with your shins crossed in front and keep them forward so they parallel. Positioning your feet wider, maybe even to the outer edges of your mat. Keep your yoga block handy so you can stay in the pose without reaching for it later. Inhale deeply as you raise your arm up, and then exhale as you gently fall forward, bringing your hands and fingertips to the floor. To deepen stretch, you can use your upper arms to help nudge yourself lower. If your hips and joint muscle are open enough, you might be able to rest your forehead on the floor. If your forehead doesn't reach the floor comfortable, use your hands or yoga block or bolster to support your head. Take a few moments to settle into the pose, making any small adjustment to find a position you can comfortably hold for the next 3 minutes or so. Welcome to this Yin Yoga class. Today we'll be focusing on slow, deep stretch that help you unwind and release tension from the body. With mostly seated postures and long holds, we'll allow ourselves to go deeper into the connective tissues, easing stress and improving flexibility. Yin Yoga is quite an introspective practice that invites you to listen to your body and find comfort in stillness. It's the perfect complement a more dynamic practice like Vinyasa, giving your body the space to relax and recover. As you settle into each posture, I encourage you to focus on your breath, letting it guide you deeper into the stretch while keeping your mind calm and present. Unlike active yoga practices like Vinyasa or Ashtanga, where we resist gravity, stand tall, and use body weight to build strength, power, and joint stability, Yin takes the opposite approach. In Yin, we let gravity to do the work, gently pulling us down without effort or control. The weight of our body naturally provides just enough resistance, allowing us to simply release and explore stillness. Now take a deep inhale, then a slow, soothing exhale. With your next inhale, gently lift your forehead off your block, hands or mat. Slowly walk your fingertips back in, bringing your hands behind you, and begin to uncross your legs. Take a gentle sway from side to side, and when you're ready, cross your legs the opposite way as you did when we began. Make sure your feet are set wide with shins angled forward and away from the hips. Take a deep inhale, raising your arms overhead. Then exhale as you gradually fold forward, opening across the hips. Notice any sensation in the external rotations, deep glute muscles, and perhaps the inner groin, depending on your flexibility. In practice is a beautiful and essential complement to the more active forms of yoga. Personally, I like to start my day with a few Yin postures, as it's the best time to work deeply into the body's connective tissues before it's fully warmed up. In Yin, our focus is primarily on fascia, a remarkable tissue network that weaves through the entire body, providing structure and shape while also promoting hydration. When we hold poses for a long time, we encourage a gentle release of hydration from these areas, which then replenishes the fascia, contributing to its elasticity and health. This process doesn't end with the posture. It continues for up to 72 hours afterward, gently rehydration and regeneration our connective tissue. Enjoy one more deep inhale and soothing exhale. With your next inhale, gently lift your head, feeling refreshed and re-energized. Wiggle your knee slowly side to side. As you come out of the pose, there are several ways to enter child pose, but for this variation, bring your big toes to touch and open your knees wide. Gently press your hips back toward your heels, extend your arms forward, and rest your forehead on the mat. We'll be here briefly, allowing the benefits of hip opening from the previous poses to settle into the body. Just take a moment to notice the sensation of fresh, oxygenated blood flowing into your hips, helping to release any residual tension. When you're ready, slowly lift your forehead, walk your hands back, and transition into tabletop position. Position your knees and shins parallel and about hip wide apart, preparing for the next part of our practice. Set up for heart opening pose, Anahatasana. Start by broadening through the collarbones as you inhale, creating a gentle arch in your spine. As you exhale, press lightly away from the ground, rounding through your back. Moving this undulation flow, feeling the articulation through each part of your spine. Then inhale, come back to neutral and start to walk your hands and fingertips forward as far as you comfortable can. Lower your chest down toward the mat, bringing your chin to the floor if it feels comfortable, or resting on your forehead if that's easier on your neck. If you want to increase the intensity and your shoulders feel open, you can place a block or two in front of you, resting your hands or fingertips of them, which allows you to sink your chest closer to your floor. Find your own level of intensity here, that sweet spot where you feel a gentle but manageable stretch. Once you're in position, use your breath to help you relax and release into the sensation, surrendering to the pose. This sequence targets the upper body muscles that often become overworked, particularly in active vinyasa practice with frequent transitions like high to low planks, downward dogs, and arm balances. The movements can put a lot of strain on the shoulders, triceps, biceps, forearms, and especially the external rotation. In the next few poses, we'll work to stretch and release these muscles, testing both your flexibility and your strength. In Yin Yoga, the breath technique is simple and neutral. There is no need to control or force your breath, just let it flow naturally. As you settle into each posture, allow your breath to guide you into a deeper state of relaxation. If your mind begins to wander or you find yourself distracted by thoughts, a gentle Ujjayi breath can help you ground your awareness. To practice Ujjayi, close your lips and lightly press your tongue against the roof of your mouth. This will gently restrict the airflow, creating a soft, soothing sound in the back of your throat. The sound of the breath is like a calming wave that can bring you focus back to the present moment, allowing you to release any tension you may be holding onto. we begin to move out of this posture, take a deep inhale, gently lift your head, shift your weight forward, and slowly walk your hands back underneath your shoulders. Ease into child pose by lowering your hips towards your heels and bringing your forehead to the mat. Relax here for a moment, let your arms slide along your sides, feeling the release in your shoulders and upper back. Notice the sensation as the blood flows back into your arms, wrists and fingertips, bringing a feeling of warmth and circulated to the areas that were stretched. Take a moment to observe the sensation and simply relax into it. Before we continue, grab your blanket and spread it across the middle or back of your mat. This will cushion your knees for frog pose, helping to open the inner groin muscles. Come into tabletop and take your knees wide. To set up correctly, avoid bringing your feet together as you will in child pose. Instead, keep your shin parallel and dorsiflex your feet by drawing your toes toward your shins. From here, slowly lower yourself down. And this feels intense. You can support yourself with a block or bolster, particularly if arching your back creates any pressure around your sacrum. In that case, keep your chest slightly elevated, otherwise let it come down fully if your mobility allows. And in, while we hold poses for longer, there's still a gentle engagement. Unlike restoration yoga, where props encourage total relaxation, Yin maintains some active efforts with intensity at about 4 or 5 on a scale of 1 to 10. We don't push ourselves to 100% like in Vinyasa. Stand-in encourages finding your edge, a balance of gentle, discomfortable, rather than if you experience any pain, that's a sign to ease back. exhale fully, emptying your lungs. Begin by gently lifting your forehead off the floor, bolster or block. Take your time as you come out of the pressure pose. Place your forearms parallel to each other, preparing to transition into Sphinx pose. Glide your hips towards, and as your belly and hips come down to the mat, bring your feet and legs together. Place your forearms shoulder wide apart and with palms facing down. This will be a more active pose. So on an inhale, spread through your collarbones, opening up your chest and heart. As you exhale, gently draw your forearms back towards your lower back ribs, creating a subtle sensation of tracking along your spine. If you feel a strong sensation only in the lower back, ease off slightly. Let your breath guide you to a comfortable degree of spinal extension, finding a balance between engagement and release. Releasing any remaining tension, and if you have a block nearby, slide it down to clear space on each side. We've moved into what I like to call the straight jacket pose. Treat your left arm underneath your right arm so it's under your right armpit, and keep your right arm extended in front of you. Adjust as needed to get comfortable, aiming to rest your head on your right shoulder. If this feels so intense, you can place a blanket or block beneath your forehead for support. This stretch targets the shoulder muscles that often get overworked in vinyasa, particularly the infraspinatus and teres minor, part of the external rotations. Initially, you may feel some resistance as the body adjusts to the weight, gently pulling down and lengthening the muscles. Use your breath to soften into the pose. As you inhale, invite fresh oxygen and prana into the body. As you exhale, surrender further, letting each breath guide you into a deeper expression for the posture. Take your time as you gently lift your head, chest. On your next inhale, sliding your forearms in front of you. Pause here briefly, allowing the sensation of elastic recoil as blood flows back into your outer shoulders. Now switch sides. Treat your right arm underneath your left armpit, keeping your left arm extended in front of you. You can experiment with palms position. Try both palms facing up and down, noticing any difference in sensation. Generally, palms facing up provide more access to the external rotation, but adjust to wherever feels best for your body. Wherever you catch yourself cupped up in thoughts, gently bring your attention back to the neutral flow of the breath. Like everything in yoga, this takes practice. It's not about perfection, it's about presence. As you breathe in and out, aim to smooth out each breath, letting it flow like honey or drift like clouds. This helps guide you from a state of doing to a state of simply being, creating a soothing meditative experience. Now let's begin to gently come out of this pose. Inhale as you lift your head. Then slide your forearms forward in front of you. That stretch got a little intense for a moment. Let hand ease down into your chest. Lie down on your chest and extend your left arm out of shoulder height with your palm facing down and fingers spread wide. Bring your right hand under your right shoulder, bending the elbow. Turn your head to the right, resting on your left cheek, and bend your right knee. Take a deep inhale. In your exhale, press gently into your right palm, allowing your body to rotate slightly, and bring your right foot behind your left leg. Breathe here, feeling the stretch into the front chest muscles, especially the pecs and the front of the shoulder. This position also reaches into subscapularis, one of the rotator cuff muscles responsible for internal rotation. And if you have flexibility in your shoulders, you might try turning your left palm up and bringing your right arm behind you. Interlace your fingers. This can intensify the stretch, so only go there if it feels safe and comfortable for your body. or simply stay in the initial position and hold for 3-5 minutes, letting the stretch deepen gradually with your breath. Slowly release the stretch, easing yourself back into your belly. Now let's take it to the other side. Extend your right arm out at shoulder height, palm facing down. Turn your head to look over your left shoulder and bring your left hand beneath your shoulder. Bend in your left elbow, bend your left knee as well. Take a deep breath in, and on your exhale, press into your left hand to gently rotate, allowing your left foot to step behind your right leg. As you settle into this side, notice any patterns that emerge, maybe a tendency to fidget or adjust. This can signal one of two things. You may have gone beyond your age, with your body resist the intensity, or perhaps your mind is very active and that energy spills over into physical restlessness. Yoga offers us a chance to observe these patterns, giving us insight into our physical, mental, and emotional states. It's incredible that we have this ancient practice, a guide that helps us reshape and understand ourselves more deeply. And when you're ready, gently unwind.
You may notice my wonderful assistant joined us for today's practice. He loves to be part of these moments, bringing his calm presence and a bit of that quiet wisdom animal seems to have. When he's here, I feel a reminder to stay grounded, peaceful, and simply in the moment. Now, if you like, gently apply a bit of floral oil to your temples, perhaps a drop on the back of your neck. Breathe in its delicate aroma, letting it ground you even further into this moment of peace. As we come to the end of this deep relaxation yin practice, take a moment to let your body and mind fully absorb all the calmness and release you've cultivated here. Feel the lingering stretch in your muscles, the warmth in your joints, and the gentle relaxation throughout your body. Now, bring your attention inward to yourself, your mind, your body, your heart. As you breathe in, feel a sense of appreciation growing within you. On each exhale, allow any tension to melt away. Take a moment to slightly thank yourself for arriving on your mat today. You choose to give yourself this time to be present, to care for yourself. Let that gratitude expand within you. Notice any thoughts that arise, but let them float by like clouds. Come back to that deep sense of gratitude. Gratitude for the challenges you've overcome, the lessons you've learned, and the person you're becoming. On your next inhale, image breathing in a soft golden light, a light of self-appreciation. Let it fill your chest, spread to your arms, your legs, your entire being. Feel the warmth and peace of this light, a reminder of your inner strength and worth. When you're ready, bring your hands to your heart in a gesture of gratitude. As we close our practice, lift your arms up to the sides, bringing your hands together in Namaste above your head, then gently down to your heart. Take a moment to honor yourself for being here today. Guys, if you enjoyed this practice, I'd love for you to subscribe. Leave a like and share your thoughts in the comments. Thank you for joining me, and I'll see you in the next video.